I probably should have done this before the stream, but that's okay. We're gonna figure this out, and every stream will get better from here. Kind of just getting everything ready. I'll be on until about 9 o'clock, so it's a 2-hour stream. Basically every Sunday. Every Sunday we are gonna shiny hunt, and we're gonna shiny hunt until we eventually get literally every shiny with origin marks. So we're starting right now. I already have the shiny Gyarados from Gold. That's a good start. A guaranteed shiny. You see up there in the top right. I had to at some point give it a designator, but that will always be the target for the day. Today is the Ekans, because if you guys don't know this already, you can totally breed the shininess all the way down. So you keep breeding until you get, the field group and the water 1 group and the water 2 group and the dragon and you go all on and on and on and on until you get basically every Pokemon in the game. There's with very few exceptions, right? Like so the legendaries you can't do that with. You can't do that with some of like the humanoid Pokemon. But there's other ways to do that. There's other ways to like you can so in Crystal, which we can shiny hunt in also, right? All that matters is the Game Boy mark, not necessarily which game they came from. Just that the game gives you a Game Boy mark. So in Crystal, you get the Odd Egg, which gives you access to Magby, Elekid, Smoochum, Pichu, I think, Igglybutt, it's all the babies, right? And I think Tyrogue. Maybe it's just Elekid, Magby, Smoochum, and Tyrogue. I think are the options. But the shiny chance in that is also really, really good. So we'll probably be soft resetting for that shiny every so often when I actually beat Crystal. So Crystal will probably be the game that I play through and actually record on stream. But Gold is going to be like just my breeding game. This is a weird quirk of Pokemon Gold and Silver also is like there's always like 2 daycare people. Oh, the Ekans is still in there. It's grown by like 20 levels. Sweet. All right. Well, that makes things a little easier. So the Gyarados is in there, and let's go see if the Ekans is in there too. Yep, the Ekans is in there. So now we just wait for an egg. The annoying thing about breeding in here is that like it's not at all fast. Like you can speed up like the pace of eggs in like Generation 6, Generation 7 is like miles better than this, right? It's like you can hatch an egg in this game in like 10 minutes versus like 1 minute in a Generation 6 game, like with Magma Armor or Flame Body, and just like you can get O powers, right? The egg O powers in Generation 6. Generation 7, I think you also had O powers. And the other annoying thing too, I should probably do this during the day or like set my clock to the day. I don't know if that cop is still there during the day. I gotta experiment with that because if the cop wasn't there, I'd be able to go a different path up and down Goldenrod and be able to actually see if the guy is out there to give me an egg or not. If anyone's out there, I'd be curious to know if you guys have been hearing this rumor that like Pokemon's gonna try to release some sort of collection of all the old games, all the old retro games on the Switch. Like, don't get me wrong, right? I want Pokemon games on the Switch as much as anybody. Like, yes. But I've lately been like collecting all the retro games, and so to me that feels like super like I feel a little salty. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hope that doesn't happen, only just because I really enjoy. I mean, it's not gonna drop the value of the old games, right? Like if the Virtual Console didn't drop the value of Gold and Silver, there's no way that releasing them again and like a cartridge. Oh, dude, I hope there's a Switch cartridge. If there's a physical release for any sort of collection for Pokemon, it's over, dude. Like, take all my money. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Not really. I actually just worked like extra shifts this week so that I could afford a Switch 2. So I already have Switch 2 money. I can't wait until that gets released. But until then, Pokemon Day is on Thursday, I think, right? It's on Thursday or Friday. Let me see. Pokemon Day is on Thursday, which is great because I didn't want to wait till Friday. It's coming up real soon. And my general predictions are I still think we get Black 3, White 3. So I made a whole video about this last year because we were all wrong about what was going to be revealed for Pokemon Day last year, right? We got Legends ZA, which nobody out there was calling. No nobody out there was saying, "Oh, dude, they're gonna do Gen 6 next." Like, no, nobody, absolutely no one. Instead, we got, or everybody was thinking, like stupid things like "Let's Go Whooper." Like, get out of here. I get it. I want Let's Go Johto games too. Okay, I want Let's Go Johto games too. But Let's Go Whooper, like, dude, Whooper's not that. Whooper's not that important of a Pokemon to give him a Let's Go game. Like, I don't think Generation 2 has as much, like, I don't know, like, mascot power as Generation 1 does. So whoever we end up getting Let's Go mascots of, I'll be shocked. It could be Let's Go Magby and Elekid for all I care. I don't care. Let me play through Johto again in 3D. We haven't ever gotten a 3D Gen 2 game, right? Because we had Gold and Silver and Crystal, and we had Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And while those games are all of them are fantastic, especially playing through this game again has opened my eyes to how beautiful the sprite work was back in the day. Like, it can't be topped. It can't be, like, I don't even think it's nostalgia talking. Look at this sprite work. Let me open up my Feraligatr here real quick. Whoops, not Surf. Give me your stats. Let me show you this freaking Feraligatr. Look how cool it looks. Like, this was at a time when Pokemon was, like, really mysterious, right? There were no rules, there were no traditions. Like, people thought this was going to be the last Pokemon game. So they went hard. Look at this Feraligatr. This was my first starter as a kid, and it's my starter again this time, and it's even better than I ever remembered. Rage is such a powerful move in Gen 2. Oh my god. But anyway, that's like I was saying. Let's go Magby Elekid, dude. Let's go Celebi. Is there another Gen 2 like legendary? It's like Celebi Ho-Oh. I mean, let's go Suicune, let's go Celebi. But don't let them be the mascots. Just be the thing you get at the end, right? Where you get a Celebi. Like, I'm still down for Legend Celebi at some point. Like, Johto has so much lore and so much, like, world building in it. It being attached to Kanto is always kind of weird, right? Like, if you do a Let's Go game, are you going back to Kanto at the end of it? There's a lot of weird quirks about doing a Let's Go Johto game that I don't think it's going to happen. But what I do think might happen is a Black 3, White 3, right? We all know that Generation 5 games are coming. We all know that Generation 5 games are just bound to happen at some point. Would it be odd to have Generation 5 and 6 like in the same... Oh my god, lady, please move. Lady, please, thank you. Would it be weird to get 2 generations in the same year? Maybe Black 3, White 3 is not... Black 3, White 3 will probably not be the 2026 game. That's probably only Legends EA. I don't think we even get Gen 10. I don't think we even get Gen 10 till like 2027. And I say that because Black 3, White 3 has to happen. And it has to be the VGC legal game. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, you open up Unova to be like Scarlet and Violet. And you let me change the OST on this because I have the extended versions out, and so this is gonna play for like 30 minutes if I let it do the thing. So Generation 5, right? I'm gonna do a playthrough of that here soon, very soon too. I'm having a really hard time finding a black and white version, and I don't, dude. Black and White came out when I was old enough to understand emulation and like leaks and all kinds of stuff. So Black and White came out when I was able to like play it in Japanese through an emulator that somebody like ripped off of the Japanese cartridge and put on the internet. And I didn't appreciate it the way I should have. And Black 2, White 2 they're just different. They're different than Black and White. I remember being so resentful of the fact that Black and White only had the Unova decks. But now that sounds really refreshing. Because playing through this Gen 2 game, I'm trying to only use Gen 2 Pokemon. And man, it's slim pickings, let me tell you. Like, it's hard. It's hard to play Oh, there's an egg. The guy's there. Dude, there's an egg and I haven't even hatched one of the ones I pulled out of the box. Like, oh, the breeding in this game. It's alright though. I think I'm gonna upload this VOD to YouTube. Like, why not? I have the whole thing. Why not, right? So if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. If only because I'm kind of always up and current to the news. I'm currently off of Twitter though. Twitter's become a really weird place. So I've been off. Just not interested in being there. Even I'd be curious to see how Twitter popped off like after EUIC today. I'm always tuned into what's happening in Pokemon, like day to day. It always hits my phone. It always gets me. I always get the news. So like, if you enjoy watching this VOD of me just going up and down Goldenrod trying to get Shiny Ekans, or me just talking, like, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna upload all the VODs. Like, why not, right? Pox Gaming, here we go. I don't have the sign behind me, but eventually I'll find a way to rig that. I do have that behind me. It's there. The Pox sign's there. It's lit. So I'll just talk current events on all these things, because shiny hunting is like, listen, do I hope that I get a Shiny Ekans today? Absolutely, because I would love to move on. From Ekans, I can do so many other cool things. Dude, somebody in the comments, well, it was 2 years ago, somebody in the comments to this OST said, imagine you're watching a Nintendo Direct and it's the end and they say, we have one more announcement, and then the opening song plays, The Dream, for Pokemon Coliseum. Could you imagine them doing another Coliseum-like game? I can't. I sooner think they'll do a Pokemon Stadium 3 than they do another Coliseum game. I don't think we ever see that again. I've been trying to get my hands on one of those too, but I am in no rush, man. Coliseum is an expensive game. I wish I still had it. I'm gonna have to find another way to get that or something. Maybe I can strike a deal at a convention for like a trade. Like, I'll trade you this old Game Boy and, you know, something else, and you give me that for like $40 instead of like whatever, the 200 or whatever it is, with the bonus disc. Because I do want that Jirachi again. Dude, I had all that stuff. I had it all, and it's not there anymore. I don't know what happened to it, you know? You leave it at home, your parents do things with, your parents do stuff with your stuff. They do things with your stuff, and then it just disappears. Especially in my case, like, my room eventually got rented out to God knows who, and their kids and stuff, right? Like, they could have stole my old Pokemon shit. Absolutely could have stole my old Pokemon stuff. Like, what happened to my Pokemon Coliseum and bonus disc? Oh, we got an egg. Egg counter goes up. Is it shiny? Do we have a Shiny Ekans? It is not shiny. It is purple. I'm looking for that green snake, man. The green snake. I will not nickname you, thank you. Anyway, I've gotten super off track. I'm breeding, just to recap, I am breeding the Shiny Gyarados in Pokemon Gold on the Virtual Console with an Ekans to try to get a Shiny Ekans. Because you can pass down the shininess from your Gyarados onto any Pokemon that it can breed with. So you get a male Gyarados, a male Shiny Gyarados, and then you breed that guy all the way down to like 200 Pokemon. It's crazy, but I gotta catch all those too, with the origin marks, all their form changes, or all the gender changes. I don't know if, oh snap, is it a Shiny Ditto? Every now and then I could totally run into a Shiny Ditto in this grass if I mess up the pathing. So as we build this Shiny Living Dex, origin mark Shiny Living Dex, I'll just be talking about current events because I have no one to talk about them with. So if anybody out there in the comments or in the chat like wants to talk about what's gonna happen for Pokemon Day, like by all means, like shoot it out in the chat, shoot it in the comments, because I am dying to know what we're getting this Thursday. Again, my predictions are that we still get Black 3, White 3. And I think they're announced as the next game on the mainline VGC line. And I say this with pretty good confidence, right? Like, we had Sword and Shield was the last game that we had VGC like different. But before that, right, the VGC went from Black and White to Black 2, White 2, went to a third game, you know what I mean? Like an Emerald, a Crystal, a Yellow, a third game. Black 2, White 2 was the third game. And then it went from X and Y, which was the main game, to Oros, which was a remake and the third game, right? We never got a Legends, or we never got a Z, which is why we have Legends Z now. Even Heart Gold Soul Silver was a VGC mainline game. I really think we eventually get Black 3 White 3. We either get Black 3 White 3 as a VGC mainline game, and not like BDSP. Like, it's not gonna be a remake like BDSP. It's gonna be, and this is all speculation. This is all just me going off my gut and what Nintendo's done in the past and what I think I would like to see. I would like to see Pokemon make a Black 3 White 3, which is another sequel into the future of Unova. Bring back the World Tournament. The World Tournament was one of the coolest things Pokemon ever did. They even put Wolf Glick in there. Dude, Wolf Glick just won EUIC. And he was in Black 2 White 2 like freaking 15 years ago. I'm pretty passionate about this, man. I really think we're going to get it at some point. At some point very soon. In the next 2 years, tops. Or we skip VGC altogether and we do a Pokemon Stadium 3. So Pokemon Stadium 3 would be attached to Pokemon Home, and it would also be the VGC game. Because, like, the thing about, like, imagine the thing about Pokemon's always been able to do this, but the DLCs make it even more of a, like, cash grabby, like, way of getting VGC to have patches, right? They don't patch. Oh, we got another egg. Egg counter goes up. Is it shiny? It is not shiny. Okay, we're gonna keep going. So you don't need the Ekans to be shiny to pass down the shininess. All you need is that the IVs or the DVs are the same as the Gyarados. Like, I think it's the defense stat or something. Shiny Sundays are on Sunday, by the way, as the name implies. Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. What else? I didn't watch all of EUIC. I didn't watch all of it. I only watched the finals. Like, honestly, Reg G is so boring to me. Like, I'm curious to see what the other VGC players are talking about when it comes to, like, what they thought about EUIC and how they feel about Wolf Glick winning. Like, spoilers, but Wolf Glick won again. He won EUIC this year with a Koraidon Paris Trap team, which is very interesting. I'm sure on the other times he was on stream, maybe he got a Paris Trap win. But I watched the finals and it was not a Paris Trap win. It was something else, man. It was Wolf Glick at his best, man. Just getting every turn correct. Every single, like, the dude got everything right, and then getting that burn on that Miraidon at the end was just icing on the cake. Like, Wolf Glick's just an animal. Absolutely cracked. Like, no contest, man. He really is the best of all time. I really hope at some point, and I say this, like, from coming from the Magic community, I hope at some point that we get, like, a Hall of Fame where we get the recognition forever. I mean, Wolf Glick's already in Black 2 White 2, like I said. He's already in a game. They should do that more. They should put more world champions in the game. Like, put Ray Rizzo in my Pokemon game as a, like, legendary trainer. That's so sick. Are you kidding me? Make it even look like him. Like, trainers look like people now, kind of. Not very good, right? Like, it doesn't really look like a person, but make it look like him. Make it look like him from 2012, where he had, like, the weird, like, long golden locks, like where he looked like a really tall, gangly Harry Potter, you know? An American long, gangly Harry Potter. That's what he looked like. Something that I talked about this on Twitter once, and somebody said that Hall of Fame is usually like being inducted into any sort of Hall of Fame, baseball, rock and roll, whatever, right? Magic too. I don't think Magic does this. I don't think Magic does the same thing, but is that they typically do Hall of Fame awards for people who have retired. So, like, BGC is not old enough for there to be retired players, unless I don't know if Ray Rizzo is retired, but I haven't seen him do anything since, he's not competing at he wasn't at the World Championships, was he? Like, was he competing at this last World Championship? Because if he was, I feel like that would have made a bigger splash. Like, he would have been on stream for sure. I know he's in Japan and he makes videos on YouTube now. But that guy obviously should also be in the Hall of Fame. Aaron Zhang should be in the Hall of Fame. Any of this, like, and this is all hypothetical. This is my own idea of having a Hall of Fame for VGC players and TCG players too. Why not? TCG, VGC, Go, whatever. Like, put them in the Hall of Fame. Because especially, I mean, if you have a World Championship to your name, automatic invite, right? How could you not? That is, it's literally like putting in the Hall of Fame in the game, right? At the end, when you beat the Elite Four and the champion, like, you are in the Hall of Fame. The fact that they haven't done that in real life is astonishing to me. You would think they would have already done it, but maybe they're waiting for us to age up, right? Again, I compare this to like Magic the Gathering. In Magic the Gathering, the players are much older adults. So maybe 10 years from now, we might see something like that if Pokemon and VGC continue to stay relevant. And right now, the data shows that it will be, right? The game has grown. There's like 1,000 people at each one of these regionals. That's just for VG, right? Not counting TCG, not counting Go, not counting all these other events that happen, Unite even, right? There's literally over 1,000 VG players that register for these regionals, and if you didn't cap the thing, you would get so many more. And it's literally just down to venue size. Like if they weren't trying to play 5 different Pokemon competitive games all in the same venue on the same day at the same time, like they could probably extend that even further. They wouldn't have to cap it like they do. Pokemon's literally one of the biggest franchises of all time. There's no end to how deep their pockets go, man. The only reason they don't do things most of the time is because they don't want to. And they don't need to, right? Like we can talk about performance on the Switch and Scarlet and Violet being so ass. The game itself as a concept, the way it plays, very good. But also on that same vein, obviously we all know like the performance issues. The textures look terrible except for on the Pokemon themselves. Like the game just looks like, who's gonna remember Paldea? Tell me who out there is gonna remember Paldea as a region that they were like, oh my god, I love Paldea. Remember the big lake with the Dondozos? Like who's maybe I'm old. If Scarlet and Violet were like your very first Pokemon games and you know nothing else, I feel sorry for you, man. I feel sorry for you. But like go back and play this Pokemon Gold here. And again, I'm old, right? Pokemon Gold rhymes with old. I am Pokemon old, dude. Oh, another egg. Egg number 6. Will it be shiny? It is not. It is not. That's okay. Somebody out there is saying that Scarlet and Violet is their favorite Pokemon game. Somebody out there. It's not me. But somebody out there is saying it, I'm sure. What else is new in Pokemon news? So this collection that people are rumoring that's going to come out. I never really finished that thought. And this collection is a collection of 2 games called Pokemon Remembrance and Pokemon Memories or something like that. Reminisce and Memories, where it's like the colors split. So it's like fire red, gold, red. It's like red, gold. It wasn't diamond. It was just ruby. Yeah, ruby, fire red, red, and gold on one cartridge. Or one like collection. Probably one cartridge. And then memories that would have like, maybe I have these backwards, but I don't have them pulled up in front of me, but I'm going off memory here. Ha, get it? Memories? Pokemon Memories having the other counterparts. So blue, silver, sapphire, and what was the other one? What am I missing? Leaf green. Leaf green. I am missing a leaf green, by the way. If anyone out there has a leaf green and wants to strike a deal, let me know. Leave a comment. I don't see it happening, man. I don't think that Pokemon's gonna do it that way. It's a way to sell cartridges. It's a way to sell games. Not to forget this, but you would get like Crystal, Emerald, and like Yellow. Yeah, Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald as like standalone games that you can buy on the eShop or whatever. Probably digital. Kind of like how they did on the Virtual Console, right? Like you can go to the Virtual Console like I'm playing now At least that's the theory, right? Is that you can buy Emerald and Crystal all as one, and the other ones as some sort of collection. It just feels too complicated. I don't see Pokemon actually doing that for Pokemon Day this year. I think we get Legends EA news, maybe the Gen 10 like teased, maybe. I like Legends EA is going to be the Switch 2 game, but it's a Legends game. It's not like VGC legal, and I'm a VGC guy, right? I think like the mainline games are going to be the main games. So those are going to be the ones. So do we only get a Legends game this year? I'm skeptical, man. I just don't know. I don't see it. Oh, okay. Is this egg going to be shiny? Let's go. Nope, it is not. That's okay. Egg count goes to 7. Let's see what else has been going on. Walking Wake and Iron Leaves are now also back for I think a week. If you never caught those guys, like now is the time. I don't know, like this distribution of Pokemon through the raids is kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, because they're not like event only Pokemon. Like it's not like a Keldeo, right? You can never use a Keldeo in VGC. You can never use that. But Walking Wake and Iron Leaves were both at Worlds or Regionals. Like you can just play those Mons. They're completely in the Pokedex. They're not like legendaries or mythicals or anything. And it's kind of weird to distribute them in this way. I don't know if I like it, because I mean, like what happens later on? Like are we going to get them released as like wild encounters at some point? I don't know. It's the weird thing about like locking Pokemon behind DLC, right? But it's not even the DLC. It's like just an event only Mons that are not legendary. They're Paradox Mons, right? They're like the Ultra Beasts. Imagine if some of the Ultra Beasts from back in Generation 7 were event only. Like, and I'm not talking about Magearna. It's almost like the Ash Greninja. The Ash Greninja was like only through the demo. And that's still the only way to get it. So I have to download that at some point so I can get the Ash Greninja and transfer that out to my Origin Mark Shiny Living Dex, because that is a form of Greninja that I will have to get for the Origin Mark Shiny Living Dex. I don't think you can get it shiny, and I should look that up. I doubt it. I'm sure it's shiny locked. There's no way. Oh my god, the Centpiece. Oh my god, do you see this? If you guys are out there, you watch this later, like let me know what you guys think is the best Pokemon OST, best original soundtrack, because Coliseum is hard to beat, man. Like good luck convincing me that any of the other ones are better than Coliseum. I wonder if someone out there has done a video on the soundtrack. I'd be curious to know if there's like composer notes or something from the game studio when they made it. I would love to know that. And if they haven't and it's not out there, I might just come up with an idea. that would make a killing. That'd make a good video. I'm hoping for Let's Go Celebi. I think that's going to be important to come out at some point. Or did I say Let's Go Celebi? Oh, here we go. All right, egg count goes up. 8th egg to hatch. Will it be shiny? It is not. You know, I should just beat Scarlet and Violet and just get all the Paldea Pokemon. I haven't done that. I haven't done that with as Pox, and that's just like a really easy way to get shinies. I haven't done the shiny Paldea Dex, so that'd be a good start. I do have Legends Arceus started so that I can get like Sneasler. Dude, I said Sneasler so much in Regulation H that I forgot Sneasel was the original like Pokemon. I was like, Sneasel? Is that right? Like that sounds made up. Is that actually the Pokemon? It felt wrong after saying Sneasler for so long. Oh shit. I thought the egg was hatching. Turns out it's just a stupid phone call. So I got lucky. I got super lucky in this playthrough. I was in the dark cave and just happened upon the 1% Dunsparce. And it was a girl too, so I can just like breed for the shiny one. At some point, damn, I have to look this up. I don't remember. Is the Dunsparce, does it have the 3-segment form in Pokemon Home? If so, does that mean I have to shiny hunt for? Oh god, it does. Okay, so here's the thing about that, and it's something that I've been mulling over back and forth about this Pokemon, this Origin Mark Shiny Living Dex. The Dunsparce is a 9th generation Pokemon, meaning it was first available in Scarlet and Violet, not in Pokemon Gold and Silver. So to me, I can get the Game Boy Mark Shiny Dunsparce, but all of the shiny, Game Boy Dunsparce, Shiny Game Boy Dunsparce, but the Dunsparce having the 2-segment and 3-segment forms, I would need 2 shinies, one of each, with the like sparkle mark. I don't know what to call it, the Generation 9 mark. I guess the terrestrialization mark, the Terra mark. Terra mark's pretty good. I'll call it the Terra mark. I think that's how I'm going to divvy it up though, because the first time that the Dunsparce is available as a Pokemon is Generation 9, not Generation 2. Some people would argue that I would have to get a shiny in Game Boy, like a Game Boy marked Shiny Dunsparce 3-segment form. I get it. I get how you could define it that way. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Because odds are the shiny that I get in here in this game at some point will not be 3-segment. It just won't, and I'm not counting on that. I'm not gonna sit here and like try to breed a bunch of different shinies, the Dunsparce, to hope to get the shiny Dunsparce 3-segment form in Pokemon Home. I'm just not. Shinies are a lot easier to get in Generation 9. I'll do it that way. I'll get a shiny Dunsparce that way, and evolve it and hope to every overpower god thing you can think of that it's a 3-segment form. Yo, okay, sweet. Egg count goes up. Will it be a Shiny Ekans? It is not a Shiny Ekans. Somehow that's still fun. Somehow that's still fun for me. I want the green snack, dude. Give me the green snack. I've been at this for hours. I got these. I 3D printed this like case for them. And I also have Ruby. These are like my childhood copies, and I finally got access to a bunch of all my old games. I found like my White 2. I found my all my X and Y games. I have basically all of Gen 6, almost all of Gen 3. I have all these old games. So I'm going through and just trying to get them all, man. Especially because each game, especially with origin marks, when you only do origin marks, each game has like an exploit of some sort that just makes it a little easier for you to get shinies, right? I'm kind of a purist when it comes to Pokemon, man. Like I only do original hardware. So like I'm actually not streaming this from an emulator. This is my 3DS. Check this out. If I just zoom out here, it's my 3DS. I just have it zoomed in real close so that you don't see the entire thing and that it focuses really well. So I figured out a way to rig the whole thing. I have a GB operator. That's where the Ruby is now. Otherwise I would have shown you the Ruby also. I'm trying to get a copy or like a 2DS or something, like something cheap that some kid threw around and was like at discount to homebrew that so that I can do the trades. Because I only have one 3DS. So I'll have to like get another one to trade and get like Machamp. Or what's like a Gen 2 trade one? I guess all the metal Pokemon, right? Like Steelix and Scizor. I'm not gonna be able to get those with the Game Boy marks. I mean, I can obviously bring them up to like Scarlet and Violet and evolve them that way. But what's the fun in that? What's the fun in that? Let's do it the right way. Like I'm always playing Pokemon. I'm always doing something. Oh, we got a shiny, or we got an egg. Will it be shiny? It could be. Could be number 10. Lucky number 10. Yo, lucky number 10. Dubious. We did it. We did it. We got the Ekans. We got the Ekans. We got the shiny Ekans. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hell yeah. Dude, it worked. Oh snap, we got the shiny Ekans. Oh, it took 10 eggs. Okay, 10 eggs isn't too bad. Oh dude, it looks so good. So this is what I'm talking about. The Gen 2 like shiny sprites, even the green one looks like super sick, right? Like the sprite work for dude, hype, right? The sprite work for Gen 2 specifically, like Game Boy Color sprites, just looks so good. Oh dude, that's so sick. We got it. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, Damn, I didn't. Okay, like I didn't plan ahead. Like I gotta see what else I can breed from the Ekans. There it is. Let's look at this thing's stats, dude. It's got the little shiny mark up there. It's female too. It's female. That's sick. Oh, this is the part where I have to ask myself: does Arbok have a gender difference? I mean, I guess. Okay, so something I haven't talked about this yet because I haven't started Let's Go Pikachu, but there's like the Let's Go Pikachu mark or Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee mark, right? So I feel like I do Gen 1 shinies, and specifically the shinies. Like I can get Gen 1 Game Boy marks and get the originals, right? And technically you can get a shiny that way too, but I think I'm gonna get all of Gen 1 in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's a fun shiny hunt. I think those are way more fun than trying to do this like weird manipulating DVs through the virtual console to bring it up. Like that's not as interesting. I think getting the shiny sprite on the overworld, I think that's the way to do it. So 10 eggs, we got the Ekans. Oh, dude, this is so exciting. There's gonna have to be some planning for next week's stream to figure out where we go from here, because I was actually really hoping for a male Ekans, but I'm not gonna complain about finally getting the shiny Ekans. Oh my god, that took forever. Or at least it felt like forever. 10 eggs isn't too bad. 10 eggs is pretty good. If I can average 10 eggs, I'll be pretty happy. I'll be pretty happy. Dubious dude, I think you're a good luck. I hope that you join me for next week's stream. It's gonna be the same time, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's like the time that I can dedicate to shiny hunting, and I'll either be doing this or I'll be restarting Scarlet and Violet and doing a shiny hunt in those games. I can get Urban Mystica that way, and getting the Paldea Dex with this Pox OT is kind of the plan. So the Origin Mark Shiny Living Dex will continue next week at 7 p.m. Thank you for following, man. That seriously, I really appreciate it. So like seriously, thank you. And if Gamer is still out there, thank you again also for joining. I think I'm gonna call it for now because I have research to do. I have to go figure out where I go from here. Like what's the next plan, because I don't know how to breed this female down to guarantee that I have a shiny family one. I don't know. I'll figure this out. But thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna call it for now. We'll see you again next week.